Tuning time, baby. My friend does it better. Alright, well, we didn't have the camera on for too much of this, so I had to figure out what I had to do this because I never done this. So basically I got through the point of hooking the tool up and actually opening up the Doblish board on the screen here and getting it to communicate. Oh, shit. Alright, I forgot to turn the key back on. So I got it loaded onto the tool from the computer, which took seconds. Turn key off. Press OK. I looked away from the tool. I didn't read it right away because I've usually used newer ones than these older ones. So keys on. Click OK. It's got its little hourglass going, so I'm sure it's loading the tune onto the computer now. That's actually taking longer than what it did to put it on the tool. Alright, now it's writing to the vehicle. So we're at 10%, 12%, 14%. Now the only difference in the newer tools is they're a little bit faster. So once this gets loaded up, I'm sure we're going to be to the point of being able to, about ready to start this thing, but I'm going to be pulling the fuel pump relay and unplugging the coil because I want to crank the engine over long enough to build some oil pressure up to get it to pump through the turbo since it was just freshly rebuilt. Which you'll see some of that stuff in the video in the beginning because I'm just going to start it there at the tune, which you'll see going through the tune there. It says turn the key off, then on again. Do not start the engine. Continue. Continue. M.I. tuning big turbo built motor in the vehicle. You may drive it now. Please unplug the tool. Alright. Tune's loaded. We're going to get the computer and stuff out of the way and, like I said, crank this thing over and we'll show you guys that and we'll get this thing fired up and see how it acts. Just keep going. We got some compression. Keep going. Okay, well, hopefully that was long enough to get the oil up through into the turbo. So we're going to get the coil plugged in. I'm going to install the fuel relay, and I'm going to open this garage door because it's hard to say what we're going to end up with coming out the tailpipes. And get everything shut up here. Okay, man. Cycle it over. Let the fuel pump come on. Do it one more time. Start up. It's alive! It's alive! Huh? I'll have to check it. cycle the key 3 times on. 1, 2, 3, 627, 517, 522, 038. Done.
622.
All right, we're gonna see what's going on with them. I'm not quite sure why they're all on. There wasn't really any codes on before. It could just be something from having stuff unplugged and plugging the battery back in and not having stuff hooked up. So I'm gonna pull them codes, double check that stuff, see if that's anything. It could be something different with the tune also. So I just got to get in there and check. I'm gonna do that before I let it sit here and run too much. So all right, guys. Okay, I checked all of them. The 627 is a fuel code, so that could have been us draining the pump, or it could be. It's hard to say. I don't know, but it shouldn't be a code, but it should be from draining the pump. Battery temp sensor is the one that's back here on 03, 04, 05. Doesn't have them. This one didn't have one in the car, which I thought was a little strange. It might have been wrote out on the other tune. So the oil pressure sensor. It's possible it's bad, or it's from us cranking it over and doing something which caused that to pop up. Now, we had our O2 sensor here was unplugged when I was draining out the fuel pump, so that's probably why that one came on. So we just cleared all them codes. I just wanted to double check that stuff. So we're ready to start this thing up again, and hopefully we can bring this thing up to temp. And
We got oil and stuff, right?
huh?
So we got oil and stuff, right?
I don't know, unless you drained it all out. All right, here we go. Coming off, got our boost controllers hooked up. Turns out we have everything's reading. What it was is our bank 1 sensor 2, the aftercat O2 is saying that the heater circuit's shorted, and other than that we got everything else is good to go. That sensor's not going to affect anything with running. It just tells it if it has a catalytic converter or not. So that's nothing too big to worry about. Right now we're just bringing it up to temp. Everything so far looks pretty good. We're going to shut it off in a couple minutes. Check our oil, check our coolant level, just double check everything, make sure nothing's leaking. Then drop it down and then take it for a little ride down the road and see how it acts. Go from there. The tub, she's been running. Check this out. Clean floor. I like this too. Come back here. Check this out right here. Look at this. No leaking fuel at all. A plus, sir. A plus. Somebody feels I need to shine some light on this. So, no leaking fuel on this tank. Perfectly beautiful. Everything is, look how nice and lined up we got that. How nice and tucked all that is. All right, well, I just wanted to say that we brought the car up to temp. We've been doing some, we just did our idle data log for the tune. We're getting ready to send that off, and we're going to wait for that to come back, and this thing's actually going to get to go for a drive here soon.